Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. So, tonight, I'm gonna be talking about my project or my assignment for midterm test, and my lecturer is Mr. Abdu. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Noval. I'm from 7B1 English class, English department at Muhammadiyah University of Tangerang. So, this video is made for my midterm test. So yeah, let's get started. It's about a comic strip that I made a couple days ago. Yes, I'm gonna be answering some of the questions that was sent by my lecturer or my teacher. Yes, and the first question is, what is the topic of your comic strip? Yeah, so I'm gonna be answer the question. My topic is about adjective ing and ed, adjective that end with ing and ed, and also it's about asking and giving opinion. So number two, what is the learning objective of your comic strip? Give at least 5. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see or not. Yes, the whole, yeah, can see that. Of course you can see that. I believe in you. Yeah, the learning objective in my comic strips are students will be able to differentiate between adjectives ends with ing and ed, and the second one is students will be able to know the function of adjectives ing and ed, and the third one is students will be able to recognize and choose the proper form of the adjective ing and ed, and the fourth, students will be able to use adjective ing and ed in giving and asking opinion, of course, about something, and also practice it with their friends or their peers. And the last one is students will be able to give the examples of adjective ing that ends in ing and ed by looking at the given illustration. So yes, and the third question is it reliable to be used for adult learner? Of course it's reliable, because the content of my comic strip or my material is about the school life. As you can see that this is the main character, and this is the second character. This is Kyle and this is Bob. They are going to school by bus or college, and as you can see that they are talking on the phone and talking about the new teachers that are going to teach them to the school. I mean, in their school. So I feel like it's very useful for the adult learners to show, I mean, to give an opinion and expressing the opinion using adjectives and ed, because the content itself is in the school or college environment, and also in this comic strips is talking about the teaching styles, and the two characters Kyle's and Bob's are commenting or giving and asking opinion about the teaching style that Miss Kyla, this is Miss Kyla, yes. I don't know if you can see or not because it's kind of small. Yes, this one is the teacher, the new teacher. She teaches English, and as you know that both of these guys are talking about her teaching style and her teaching strategies, and also her personalities. And number 4, wait a sec. Okay, explain the procedure of your teaching with your comic strips. Alright, so first thing first, I will give the students the video about adjectives ing and ed, regarding or consists the material about adjectives ing and ed, and also the images, the comic strip, the illustration. I'm gonna the first stop. I'm gonna read aloud the conversation, both of the guys, and also I mean the whole conversation, so that the student can understand what it's about. And after that, the second one is asking the students about adjectives in general and adjectives in an ed. What do they know about it? So after they watch the video and saw the illustration or the comic strip or the images that I gave to them, I would ask them about, do you know about adjective in general and also the specific adjectives in an ed? Yeah, and I feel like it's it's the best thing. No, it's not the best, but the great thing to ask the student, to make them think like critically. I would make the students think critically before I gave them the material, so that they can think and search, or maybe ask their friends about adjectives or adjectives in an ed. And the third one is I'm gonna be asking and explaining about the function of adjectives in ed to the students. So yeah, after I gave the explanation or the material about adjectives in general and adjectives in an ed, I'm gonna be telling them and showing them the function of the specific adjectives in an ed, so that they will know the function or differences. The most important thing to know the function first, the function of the language, because language is not about knowledge. Language is about skill, so that we have to know the function of the language itself. It's really important and really essential to let the students know about the function first. And fourth is I'm gonna giving the explanation about the differences between adjectives and ing and ed, and giving the brief form pattern of both of them. So yes, as I said before, I'm gonna be giving an explanation the differences between adjective ing and ed after I told them, explain them about the function. As you know, adjectives ing and ed is also very different. Ing is to expressing something like boring, exciting, and ed also. And ed is to show us the emotion, the feeling that they feel or what we feel. For example, I'm bored, I am excited. And there is a explanation about, the differences between adjectives ing and ed, as you can see in my comic strip. Let me hold on. Let me find a second. Yes. Kyle said, I I hope so too. But if the teacher is exciting and outgoing, why not? Bob telling them. This one. Yes. I don't know if you can see or not, but I'm trying my best to explain it. Yes. So my comic strip says that they are talking about their teaching style, about her teacher's teaching style. Bob said, I thought it was gonna be exciting, but you see, the class is so boring, I'm totally bored right now. Bob said, I thought it was gonna be exciting. It refers to the teaching style of Mrs. Kyla. And also he replied, the class is so boring, I'm totally bored right now. The class is so boring. There is an ing there. Ing means that Bob is expressing something something is boring, what makes Bob bored? The class. The class is the class is boring, so that bored, so that Bob is bored. Bob feels bored. So ed means an emotion or feelings what Bob feels about something. And also ing, adjectives that end with ing, boring, means that the class is boring because of Mrs. Kyla's teaching style is boring, so that Bob is bored. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Yes, what I'm explaining. So that, yes, next I'll be asking the student to imagine the following situation and ask them how they felt and try to put on the board at least three adjectives. Yes, so that after I explaining the whole conversation on my comic strips, I'm gonna be asking all my students to make a group, to make a small group or separate groups, to imagine the following situation and ask them how they felt and try to put on the board at least three adjectives. For example, you've been studying all night for important exam. So there is three adjective: exhausted, tired, motivated to pass. So I'm gonna be giving three adjectives in the board. I'm gonna write it so that the student will choose one of them for one questions. There will be three questions and more, so that the student the student who still don't understand, they will follow the other student who already understand about the adjectives ing and ed. Yeah, and the second example, you cycled for the first time yesterday. Excited, frightened, or amused? After as I said before, there I'm gonna be make some groups, I mean the small groups, separated groups, so that they can something like doing a speaking skill or speaking activities. And there will be one person to responsible for everything that happened in their group. Yeah, I think that's all for me. And the last one is, after they practicing in their group, I'm gonna be giving them the worksheets and let students work individually on the exercise first, and after that I'm gonna let them know the answer, I mean the correct answer. Yes, I think that's all for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.